views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The rug was pulled out from underneath her. She didn't feel confident. She didn't know if she could make it. Yet she rose like the phoenix, leading herself and her family into a new beginning. And you can too. Are you ready? The Cornelia Stephanie Show Lady Boss knows what women want: to be free to speak their voice, live in financial freedom, and build businesses that radiate wealth, leaving legacies we can be proud of. Join Cornelia, Dana, and Chris the first and fourth Friday every month as they raise the roof to inspire confidence in all women.
Welcome to the Cornelia Stephanie Show. And on our second show today, Lady Boss, I am with my beautiful new co-host, Dianne Solano. Welcome to the show, Dianne.
Thank you very much, Cornelia. Love being on here. Love the platform. Love what you stand for. Love how we're all moving the world together as a united force. Pleasure being here as usual.
I'm so excited because of what we're talking about today. When you created the show notes, you wanted to talk about how we're going from survival to creation, creating our own path to wealth. And in this powerful show today, we're going to talk about some fun and effective secrets to making a habit that you already know and love, guilt-free and super delicious. And I'm also going to show you my secret. But we're going to learn first from Dianne how taking health and infused it, how Dianne's taken health and infused it into a life of true wealth, where she empowers women around the world to create time, location, financial, and emotional freedom. We're going to expand awareness today to invite you to participate in a fun challenge with us, to join our movement in creating a delicious life for yourself and the ones that you love. And the reason why we're doing it is because we are walking our talk, because we're doing it. Right, Dianne?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm a big fan of, whatever you believe in, you have to walk the path. You have to be passionate about it. And you have to be the example for whatever it is that you want to do. Many people on the platform may know me already. Some do not. But my background originally and still is in health and wellness, 20 years in practice, 20 years getting people healthier, stronger, coming from the background of functional medicine, orthomolecular nutrition. I love seeing bodies healthier, stronger, because I think when you feel good, your performance is amazing no matter what that is. You're a better mom, you're a better spouse, you're a better entrepreneur. You're better everything when you're physically feeling well. And, this fun, beautiful, transformational coffee, tea, hot chocolate, some of the, most guilt-free habits that I'm now starting to see around the world has been very inspiring, because not only are we helping people with a better choice, getting bodies stronger, healthier, but it's also providing a great platform for everyone around the world, women especially. That's where my passion is. Coming from a space of survival to creation. Sorry, I stumbled on those words, because really, it all started off with a better, healthier choice, but it transformed into a life of its own.
Yes. And it has. And you've built quite an empire because you're very significant within the organization of Organo. We're going to find out a little bit more about that, how you went literally from, a beginning of not having the financial freedom to now, living and building your wealth creation, because we're talking about going from survival, which is where you were at when you first began, because you were a single mom, and that was you really didn't have any money. You really didn't know what you were getting ready to do. And one of your mentors got you started in this company, in Organo. And that was your path to wealth. Tell us a little bit more about what does that mean?
Okay, so, we'll rewind a little bit of the history. 20 years in practice, brick and mortar practice, teaching people, treating clients, patients, writing books, doing a lot of great work online with other great mentors of mine. and life threw me a curveball. You know, for me, survival to creation meant I was surviving a lifestyle I wasn't happy with. It was a relationship that just wasn't serving me. You know, everyone has the right to live whatever passion they want. There is no right or wrong. But if it doesn't align with you, if you can't be the best version of who you are, if it's not supporting your growth, you know, you have to sit back and take inventory and say, you know, does this really serve my spirit? And does it really serve the path that I'm on? And it wasn't serving me at all. It just wasn't healthy for Dianne Solano, for who she wanted to be, for what she represented. And many of us are stuck in a survival space, be it a relationship, be it a dead-end job, be it old programming, old beliefs, be it in, you know, just the mindset of not thinking that there's other ways. And I just knew that I needed a vehicle that would guarantee me a success, guarantee me financial outcome, get me out of survival. I just wanted to be in a space where I could pay my bills, where I can get out of debt, where I could put food on the table, where I could actually start creating a future for my son and become location free. I wanted to spend time with my son. Most parents do. Most moms especially want to spend time with their children, or at least have the options to, you know, have better quality care, better school systems, whatever it is that you want. But Organo was a platform because it was a company that believed in health, making it delicious, making it cost effective, making it convenient. And by putting a superfood literally in people's cups of coffee or tea or hot chocolate, we were actually transforming lives because people just started feeling better, faster, stronger. So on that platform, I was passionate about the health. I knew the science behind the superfood that's in the product. So the company was really smart. They said, look, we're just going to take a habit people love and do, and we're just going to add a superfood, a medicinal mushroom extract in the product. People taking a sip every morning, every night, multiple times a day. We're actually washing their cells with nutrients, with a good foundation for vibrancy. And when you treat the cells, you make them healthier, the whole body responds. So now I see this product that, you know, people are loving, that they're willingly doing every day because it's a habit people are already doing. And they just started feeling better. And then what happened was that people wanted more product. There wasn't enough distribution partnership. The demand was so high. The next thing you know, this gradually and organically grew into a multi-million-dollar business because it was a product that was now being, you know, in high demand in about 35 countries around the world. It is a direct sales model business. It's one of the best platforms I know today for anybody, the average person that doesn't want to risk, you know, doesn't want to go in with like high capital, maybe doesn't have $50,000, $10,000, $20,000 of income to invest. That was my case. I didn't have anything to fall back on, but I wanted this outcome. How would I get there? This was a vehicle that got me there. So in that process, 4.5 years later, we went from survival to creation because not only were we impacting lives with a great product, but we were actually having men and women join the vision. And now the vision has exploded. We're looking to create more lady bosses. You know, I call it Lady Boss 500 because I'm now looking to enter markets like Latin America and Africa and help women, especially who are in survival, to have a platform, have a vehicle to be able to have transformation.
Yeah. And I think that's what you mean when you say, you know, it's time for women to come into their wealth. It's time for women to really come into their own, right? Is to really move into their empowerment because, you know, I'm a money coach. I have another radio show where we talk about the millionaire imprint for women, and the stakes for women are high. And that is, you know, not to raise your children in poverty. Because don't keep doing the same thing that we've been doing. It's not in integrity to be in poverty. It's not in our integrity, in our evolution. It's important that we live in our wealth and that we build sustainable legacies, right? And that women are empowered. And when women are empowered with money, when they have a good foundation and they have a solid foundation and women are smart with money because then when we have the support that it is that we need, women have ideas of how to solve the world's problems, right? And so that can only be done when you have the resources and the money in order to support yourself. And this is one of the things I love about what you all are doing and what Organo stands for, simply because it's spread worldwide and it's about empowering empowerment. It's about self-sustainability. And it is, an admired company around the world. This is how I feel about Organo. And I'm a newbie on the block with Organo. But from what I've seen with the different videos and also the education and also experiencing the product myself, I'm really, really impressed.
Love it. So am I. And that's just exactly it. Simple, easy, powerful, such a movement, such a platform. There's something for everyone in this particular following and this transformation and the sharing that we're doing.
Yeah. So now you wanted to let us know about the habits. So people have a coffee habit, right? It's something that everybody does. And, now they can turn their coffee habit into something that's healthy and good for them, right?
Absolutely. And that's what I found for many years. It was one of the products I told people to stop drinking. All of a sudden, I got the biggest pushback I ever got in practice was like, what do you mean I got to give up my coffee? And again, the superfoods in many different beverages, but coffee was just one of those habits that people never wanted to give up. I got a much better success rate getting them off of gluten and getting them off of sugar than I did coffee. I wasn't a fan of coffee. It was just the pH was one of my biggest challenges. As a natural practitioner, I'm always gearing towards alkalinity of the body. And this product all of a sudden showed up in my world. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This product was fantastic. The pH on it is much more neutral, gearing towards more alkalinity, and the superfood in it, documented studies on how it's helping bodies, conditions, inflammation, immunity. The list goes on and on and on. And like I always say, bodies don't lie. They're really honest. So those people doing the coffee challenges, those just trying a box, I'd say 60, 80% of my client base turned around coming back for more saying, wow, what was that? And where can I get more? Simple, easy, delicious.
Yeah. I mean, and, there's a lot of people too that, that have the same thing. They're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm a coffee snob myself. And when you and I were talking about it and you were telling me about the how awesome this coffee is, I really didn't believe it myself until I experienced it, which is what we want to ask everyone to do, is absolutely give this a chance, give yourself the opportunity to experience this. And we're going to offer some challenges here in a little while. But here's what happened for me when I first experienced the coffee is that after about 3 days, I noticed that normally when I would drink the caffeine, after a while, my stomach, the acid in my stomach would build up and I would feel that. And I would always want to eat something or whatever in order to calm that down, And what I found, Dianne, was that I didn't need to do that because there wasn't that acidity feeling wasn't there anymore. So that was a huge change for me right there, in addition to the coffee being really good as well and easy to make, so there's a lot of good things about it. So why don't we take a break on the Cornelia Stephanie Show? We'll be right back with Dianne Solano, my new co-host here on the Lady Boss Show. We'll be right back.
TheAngelLady.net. 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 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790. Sue Storm. TheAngelLady.net.
Have you ever wondered if there's a way to heal the deep, hidden inner issues, wounds, beliefs, and traumas? The journey into spiritual healing engages people in all areas of their lives to heal themselves and others. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Dr. Jaffe brings conversations of healing of body, mind, and spirit as he merges the excellence of traditional medicine with the beauty of spiritual healing. For more information about Dr. Jaffe, this show, and his work, visit drjaffemd.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Part of life is the aromas and delights of our sensuality. Hummingbird Jewel shares her secret formula and her signature fragrance oil, Julia. This fragrance oil can be used in a variety of ways, such as scenting your laundry, car, or closet. The oils come in roll-ons for convenience. If you prefer a perfume bottle, we can package them together, elegantly wrapped for gift giving. If you're interested, contact me at hummingbird-jewel.com.
Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as we, Jason and Patricia, discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information about Living Lighter, visit www.livinglighter.org.
Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in. Dianne, there are so many amazing health benefits that come with, Organo. There are countless stories, but give us a little bit more background on some of the health benefits.
Absolutely. So I always like to make clear that what's in the Organo product line has been around for thousands of years. It's a medicinal mushroom extract. And right now they're saying that, the projection of medicinal mushrooms is like a $50 billion industry. We're starting to discover how powerful medicinal mushrooms actually are. They say 50% of medicinal mushroom DNA is actually in human DNA. And when we really look at the power behind them and how they operate in the earth, how they make all the different soil and trees and jungle and all these wonderful forms of nature be able to communicate under the soil is quite powerful. So what I always love to compare medicinal mushrooms to is kind of like your cell phone, right? When your cell phone isn't working properly, you got to do a software upgrade. That's usually when you plug it in and you let it, do its download during the night. Your phone all of a sudden works better. That's called a software upgrade. And I found that medicinal mushrooms, specifically reishi, is a very powerful software upgrade to the cells. And what we realized was that typically with reishi, and I actually have a dehydrated reishi in front of me, been around for thousands of years, very revered in Asia. Typically you boil it down to a tea, you take it in tincture format. They don't taste very good. They're normally very bitter. This company said, hey, what if we just found a way to make this taste almost tasteless, which is basically what it is, and we infuse it in a habit people know, love, and do every day.
That's great.
That's all the company did was they took what was always revered, that has thousands of published medical journals on, research done, and just put it in a habit. So they were just the brainchild of making it convenient, taste good, and efficient. But if I take off my Organo hat and I just put on my practitioner's hat and I just talk specifically on the reishi mushroom, Ganoderma lucidum, you can go to published medical journals, which I love. They're third-party, independent, scientifically reviewed documents on the science behind the research. And I love them because a lot of my practitioners that are licensed, doctors, medical doctors, chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, can actually extract proper research on what it does. So what I invite people to do is go to PubMed and say, hey, does it help with cancer? Does it help with arthritis? Does it help with whatever condition you're looking for? And you will pull up studies on how it worked and the double-blind placebo study that was done. What I learned fast throughout my years in nutrition and practice is bodies don't lie. They're really honest. They're really honest, Cornelia. I mean, if your hair is falling out, you can't sleep, you can't move your bowels, your body's always speaking a language. So when things work better, people notice it. So by just switching out their daily habit to something that was more cost effective and tasted good and convenient, people started feeling better. Why? We have published medical research that shows Ganoderma lucidum is excellent for sleep quality. It's excellent for raising the immune system, specifically at raising something called natural killer cell productivity, which is the fighters against viruses and bacteria and, cancer cells. I mean, natural killer cells play a lot of very big role in your body, and this will help raise that. It will also help with body inflammation and pain. So we're seeing people maybe with a bit of conditions where they're feeling achy or their joints are off now, or training. There's a lot of athletes that train pre-post workout. Just by drinking a better cup of coffee or doing the habit that they did, they started physically feeling better. And the studies went on and on to the point that we started to see people with better hormone balance. So a lot of my ladies with PMS, menopause, noticing that their hormone balancing the following months were so much more balanced. We found that skin conditions started clearing up. Again, the body's very honest. So when you support liver detox, which is what Ganoderma lucidum does, you support liver detox, which is, kidney clearance as well as what Ganoderma lucidum does. Study after study after study, we realized that, people were having such great biological feedback by just switching over their habit. And that's all the company did. They just put a superfood inside a product that people know, love, and do. And what I learned throughout the years is that if people don't like the way things taste, compliance goes way down. I've spent many years, moving, shakes and teas and tinctures. Normally someone will comply when they're in hot water. As soon as things start coming around the corner, they feel better, it drops off. Coffee is something people never plan to give up. So just by doing what they did every day consistently, they were washing their bodies with this beautiful software upgrade. And now we started noticing the most powerful testimonials around the world coming back, where now people who had certain conditions, certain imbalances, you provide the body what it needs. Mother Nature is so intelligent. It's going to go in and it's just going to start to titrate and fix what needs to be balanced out. And that's all this did. Now, the common question I often get is how much can I take? Can I take too much? Well, there's no known toxicity, no known interactions with medications, which is why we've been able to enter 35 different governing bodies around the world, was because this is a superfood. It's like adding, 5,000 servings of blueberries into your coffee. It's just a beautiful superfood that's going to take your body and give the best of what it needs for it to function optimally. And if we can support our body through nutrition, which is how bodies have thrived for thousands of years, you will always feel better, do better, and look better. So we want to go towards foods that don't have a lot of labels, that aren't made in manufacturing plants, that aren't packaged. And we want to strive for more whole food type diets. Well, this was a whole food that was actually in a beverage people know that they loved, that they didn't want to give up doing. So I call it a guilt-free habit, because we took the guilt out of the habit. And it was now complementing whatever we wanted to achieve. It was just better health, great. If it was just better sleep quality, great. If it was better aches and pains or structural issues, great. They made a hot chocolate for kids because kids too need nourishment. And there is no known toxicity or age caps for what children can consume. This is a superfood, just like any other, superfood on the planet. Kids really benefit from it. So this is where we found, okay, you know what? People are loving it because they're just feeling better. My favorite part especially was that it was more cost effective to drink a cup of organo than it was to go through a drive-through and get your typical, whatever company out there is preparing your cup for half the price. And that's where I got really excited about this, because I said, you know what? I could really see how people just were gravitating towards it. And that's what happened. And when you and I met, I said, look, Cornelia, just try it. And you tell me, because I love hearing the testimonials. And that's exactly what we did. We just started providing a platform where people could share. So we do have private Facebook groups where people come together, they share the recipes, they enjoy being creative with the products, they share their testimonials. We say, hey, it may or may not be for you, but it doesn't hurt. Give it a try and just see what it does. And let us tell me, how it tastes and how it makes you feel. Very, very simple. Very, very simple.
Yeah, I absolutely love the coffee. So when we take another break, when we come back from break, I want to show you, Dianne, and all the listeners today, I want to show you all how I have the coffee that I prepare for myself, my mid-morning coffee, because I usually, in the morning, I have 2 cups, and I have 2 black 2 black coffees, right? And then my mid-morning is actually when I put some bone broth, and make my coffee even more nutritious, and I put that in. And I want to tell you something. It tastes so good that it is so good that I can't even tell you. I wouldn't be able to get a coffee like that at Starbucks. And I'm a Starbucks person. I love Starbucks. And now I am switching. And now I have my own gourmet coffee business. And I'm so excited because I don't have to go outside to create a really beautiful, good cup of coffee and get it when I can do it right here. And I discovered, that I can do it right here. And this is just so great. So not only is it a really good coffee, but it's also a really good company. And we also want to talk a little bit about the company, the model, because we're talking about direct sales. We're talking about multi-level marketing. And there's a lot of stigma around that. A lot of people have a lot of beliefs, old conditioning, old beliefs. And we want to bust through some of those, because there is, the company is, empowering and helping many, many people around the world get out of debt and have businesses that they love and really build a thriving, sustaining empires. And it's happening to you, Dianne, because this is what you've done and what you're doing, and you're empowering and inspiring many women around the world to do the same thing with a product, with a company that is looking at sustainability for the body, that's good for the body, and it's good for our foundation as well. So I just want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in. And also, we would love it if you all, when you're listening to this video, or you're listening to this call on YouTube, when you're listening to the Cornelia Stephanie YouTube, that you would like and that you would subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that helps us become a partner with YouTube. And so to like and to subscribe, and then also put a comment underneath. Talk to Dianne and I, because we would love to hear your comment. We would love it if you would contact us if you want to know more about the company, if you want to know more about it. We're going to give you some links and a few challenges here in a little bit. But, reach out to us, contact us, talk to us about how you can really change the financial trajectory of your life also. And, take your life in your own hands, that you don't have to work at a job that you despise and, not make a better way. Right, Dianne?
Absolutely. 100% best vehicle ever. And we will definitely talk about those stigmas and start crushing them, because they are so outdated. This has evolved faster, bigger, better than ever before. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned, because when we get back, I'm going to set up and we're going to make a cup of coffee with Cornelia. We'll be right back. Yay.
Love it.
Awesome.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Do you want the knowledge and wisdom to understand where spirituality, science, and psychology intersect? Then join the Karmic Path Radio Show with Tina and Laura on TransformationTalkRadio.com Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. Follow this charmingly, disarmingly dynamic duo as they explore how psychic ability, spirituality, and karmic law tie together. For more information on Tina, Laura, and their groundbreaking work, visit thekarmicpath.com.
In the 70s, Dudley and Dean Evanson traveled the country in a converted school bus with their growing family, documenting the new consciousness that was emerging. Through this adventure, a movement of sound healing was born. Now, Soundings of the Planet is celebrating 40 years of peace through music. Listen to their music for free on all streaming services. Search Dean Evanson to access their expansive catalog on Pandora, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, and YouTube. Visit soundings.com for more info, their blog, podcast, Quieting the Monkey Mind book excerpts, free downloads, and more.
Learn and explore fascinating and practical uses of essential oils, how to use them, and how they can enhance your everyday life. The Oil Lounge was founded by 3 remarkable women with fascinating stories about how essential oils changed their lives. Tina and Laura from The Karmic Path have joined forces to educate the masses in the benefits of Young Living essential oils. For more information, visit theoillounge.com.
Do you need a spiritual makeover or perhaps just a mental tune-up to optimize your life trajectory? Julia has over 45 years of wisdom to share with you, and she offers counsel by the hour where you can choose from a menu of her services and receive both consults and or product. Julia went from being a maid to having it made, and you can too. If you're interested, contact me at www.hummingbird-jewel.com.
Kitchen and I'm making some coffee, gourmet style. So usually in the mornings, I just have one of these little sachets, one of these little packets, and I'll put it in my cup that has hot water, and then I'll put my cream into it. But then mid-morning, I want to have another cup of coffee, and I will have one of these little packets, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, because I'm going to pour my hot water into my blender because I want to make it frothy. Can you all hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay. I want to make it frothy, so I'll put one of these in like that. And then I have some pumpkin spice collagen, a little bit of collagen, bone broth collagen.
Love it.
And I'll put that in. And a little bit of cream.
Beautiful.
And a little bit of cream. And this is my mid-morning coffee that is amazing.
And you just give it a whirl. I love it, Cornelia. That's the beautiful thing about this, is that you can put MTC oil in it and make it part of a ketogenic style kind of diet if you're following one. You could put ghee, butter in there. You could put it in your protein shakes. I mean, there's no limit to what you can do. And just because it comes in a sachet, I do like to point out that it is pre-brewed, dehydrated Brazilian gourmet beans. It's not an instant coffee, even though it's made like one. Very different taste profile. It does have crema on it. Look at that, Cornelia.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It is so delicious. Really. It is absolutely magnificent. It's so good.
And that's exactly it. You didn't have to leave your home. You didn't have to spend $5 for the cup. You literally can travel with this sachet anywhere around the world. All you need is hot water. And if you have a blender and you want to play with it, you can go ahead and absolutely do that. And that's the reason why we're doing so well. Now imagine every sip you're taking, Cornelia, every sip a person takes, they're getting extra boost for immunity. They're getting an anti-inflammatory pathway. They're bettering and balancing their hormones. They're supporting liver and kidney detox. They're actually supporting neurotransmitter performance, which is better serotonin release, better uptake of GABA, lowering of glutamate, which means it's really good for calming and mental focus. This is happening every single sip you take. It is so powerful. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And I love how you just modeled that.
Yes. Keep talking, Dianne, until I find my seed again.
Absolutely. So, this is where I tell people all around the world, I know the business isn't necessarily for everyone. You have to have an entrepreneurial spirit to want it. You're going to want to have something bigger for yourself. If you do join, you're not alone in it, but the product absolutely is for everyone. I tell everyone, look, you've got nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, you save some money, you save some time, you tried the product. If it's not your baby, no big deal. I mean, there's nothing for everyone in this world, but I'll tell you right now, 60-80% of my world and of everyone that I meet that shares this wants more, period, end of story. And that's where this became an organic, growing, high demand, beautiful business model that was impacting lives on so many different levels, primarily starting with the health. And that's the part that really fired me up.
So I just want to show, we have other little sachets. These are lattes. We have mochas. We have hot chocolate. We have, there's another product called Supreme. I don't have that one right now. But here's the thing with this, is that this is so good that I guarantee you that if you came over to my house right now and you had a cup of coffee, you let me make you a cup of coffee, you would never go back, because, it's like you wouldn't go back to your other brand because it's that good. It's that good. And so that's why I'm excited about it too. Not only am I a coffee drinker of Organo now, but I also decided to become a distributor because I love the company. I love what the company stands for. And we want to talk a little bit about that. We want to let people know a little bit about, the multi-level marketing. I want to skip the last break, Kat. So let's just skip the last break because I really want to get our time in today. And that is, I want to talk a little bit about the multi-level marketing, how, all that stigma that's out there, so that, be willing to have your mind changed. Be open to have your mind changed to see that, it's not what it used to be.
Correct. You're 100% on board with that. I had to do my research when I first started sharing this, Cornelia. I started because of the power of the product and my mentorship. I mean, I had a mentor of mine, and he's still the most powerful mentor that I know, who was a very strong player in the natural health world. Dr. Bob Rakowski has been lecturing and teaching on the circuit for 20 years. He's the doctor to the doctors. He's got very high elite athletes that fly in around to see him, very sick people, very powerful influencer in health and wellness. He was the one that basically said, Dianne, have you heard of Organo? If you need to change your life, this is one of the best vehicles ever, because we have time freedom. And when I started sharing the product, I could hands down share the product. The product was easy peasy as pie. I mean, people loved it. They wanted more, period, end of story. Bob's your uncle, everyone's happy. But I was a surviving single mom. I wanted to get out of a relationship that wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving my highest calling. I needed to get rid of being afraid to pay bills and not knowing all those unknowns, because we cannot create if we're in survival. So when I started to sit down and I said, okay, how does this industry actually work? And I got educated on it. I got so inspired because I knew that we had a guaranteed business model with no risk if the person was hungry and coachable. So the one thing people don't understand about direct sales is that it's kind of like a gym membership. You sign up for the gym, you have to come and work out. You need to get trained. You need to put in the effort. You need to get educated. It is a learn as you earn process. And if you're not going to do that and you think it's a quick way to get rich, big, big mistake. So people feel like, okay, it didn't happen in the first month, I'm going to give up. Now, what's interesting is if the average entrepreneur were to invest $60,000, $50,000 for a startup, they would at least give it 3 to 4 years to be able to break even. Well, the interesting thing is when people join direct sales companies or multi-level network marketing companies, they think, wow, I bought some product, because the barrier of entry is next to nothing, but it didn't work out in 30 days. I'm out of here. So this is where it's an interesting mindset. We have to really bring it back to the basics. But what I love about direct sales was that, when you understand how powerful this model is, you put in the time, part-time, 3 to 4 years, it will pay out for the next 40 to 60 if you're with the right company. Mm-hmm. And that's what I found was this is generational wealth. It's asset income. So just like anything, like a rocket ship or even an airplane, you have to go full throttle and get it off the ground. Once you get it off the ground, this starts to have a life of its own, and it will provide a lifestyle no cubicle will ever provide anyone. Yeah. And so when I realized, we're in a gig economy. Right now, everyone's got a side hustle. Everyone knows now, and if you don't know, then you need to get on this model quickly, because one form of income is not going to suffice it anymore. People need multiples. The industry of technology is growing so fast. It's taking over jobs. It's taking over industries. And a lot of people are being phased out and packaged out. The whole concept of entrepreneurship is changing real fast, real hard. So what I loved about direct sales was that you don't need capital to get in. You don't need risk. There is no risk. There is no, hard capital to come in. You have to be hungry and coachable. And if you can do that and you can start, with your network and learn as you earn in the process, well, now you have a willable asset income that you can will out to at least 2 generations down, at least within Organo. And I encourage anybody that's on this model to find out what your company is offering. You got to get really clear with who you're actually partnering up with, because, new companies aren't necessarily going to be around for 30, 40 years. You have to know who are you partnering up with and do your due diligence, right? But this is an opportunity for people to flex their entrepreneurial muscle with absolutely no risk. And where in the world can you work part-time for 3-4 years and get paid for the next, 40 to 60? That's exactly it. So Lady Boss Project 500 was exciting to me because it changed my life. It changed my life because within a year, I started to see the fruits of my effort, but it started to compound. It started to grow geometrically. I urge everybody here, Google geometric progression. This doesn't grow by addition, it grows by multiplication. So maybe my first year, I hustled my butt off, driving in the snow, had my son in a car seat, doing health talks and mixers, belly to belly, meeting people. My first month, I made $5. But here's what I learned. I made $5 at that time, but I'm still getting paid on that first initial effort. So I get people asking me all the time, well, how much money did you first start when you made it in Organo? How much were you making? I said, well, I don't know. I'm still collecting on those initial efforts. People are still ordering. But now I'm well over 6 figures passively. So I could not work for the next 3 weeks and still get paid more than what I was doing hustling at the very beginning. So this took off like an airplane. But here's what I love. The market was wide open. We're in 35 countries. We're only 11 years old. The company, we blew up with the Ganoderma lucidum, but they started bringing on other verticals. Now we have a beautiful natural skincare company that we bought, a New Zealand company, all natural products. And now we're learning, hey, people are so self-conscious about what they're putting into their bodies. What are we putting on top of our bodies? Are we using chemicals? Are we using all those parabens, all those carcinogenic things that, by the way, the governments are not so strict on when you're putting things on topically? What's in your creams? What's in your makeups? What are we applying? So then we've created the new vertical of travel. And I built this model without those verticals. They literally came into the market about 3 months ago. So I'm still learning. But I'm excited about Lady Boss Project 500. Why? Because we are now starting to enter other markets where our women in those countries need it the most, more now than ever. They have access to technology. They are hungry. They're coachable. An extra $200, $300, $400 in a woman's life in Latin America, in Mexico, in Africa will seriously change the trajectory of her life and her children's lives. And I'm super excited about that because now I'm out of survival, but I'm now in creation. And I want to provide a platform for the women who feel they identify with this message to partner up with us. Myself, you, Cornelia, providing this amazing platform to be able to communicate now with everyone around the world saying, hey, where are you? Where do you want to start today? Where do you want to have the conversation? Do you want to know more about the product? Do that. Do you want to know more about our wholesale program and be able to get things at a better rate? Then let's talk about that. Do you want to join the Lady Boss 500, vision? Because that's where we're going. We're creating a movement to now start dipping into the other countries. And my goal here is to eventually have success stories of those 500 ladies that were impacting lives to come on the platform and say, hey, how did it impact your life? Share where you came from, share your level of expertise, and how did you blended these worlds together for you?
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I love how this is going to empower women, not just here, but we're looking for those women that are really ready to take it to the next level, and really build a relationship. It's like you said, this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not one of those things. It's like literally, you get in life what you put in. You really get in life what you put in. And when you talked about, going to the gym membership, you have to show up. And it is about showing up. And I think part of the reason why people have a hard time selling is because they fear rejection. And I think that's a big thing that holds people back, is they fear rejection. Here's the thing. When women are in survival and you're looking at paying, making sure that your children are going to get fed, you don't give a shit about rejection. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you just don't care. It's like, oh, hell no, So, and this is the thing, is that right now it's about having that income slice in your income pie, and having another multiple source, a side hustle, something that's going to support you and that's going to sustain you over time when maybe your business or maybe your job isn't bringing in the extra funding or the extra money that it needs. So not only that, but it's also helping you. It's helping you, like you said earlier, with a habit that you already have, you're just replacing it. I mean, it's like a no-brainer to me. It's really a no-brainer. So what can we give people to do? What action steps can we give people to do? Let's just give 1, 2, 3. What action steps?
Okay. Define where you want to start and what you're excited about or what you need clarity on. Do you have questions around the product, the business model, the wholesale program, the partnership, the Lady Boss Project 500? What do you want to know? And whatever it is you want to know, put in the chat, hey, would love to know more about this, and we can connect with you. You can also go to DianneSolano.com, which is just my name.com, and you can book a Speak with Dianne session for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and we can actually get on the phone and talk. If you want to try the product, you can go to our Lady Boss website, New Body, New Life. New Body, New Life, one word, .myorganogold.com. And we can put that also in the YouTube chat after we post this. So you can go purchase a box of product, drink it exclusively. Don't drink anything else. I want you to give up your Timmy's, your Starbucks, your McDonald's for the period of the duration of the box and just drink the product. Pay attention to your body. It's really honest. I had a lady the other day tell me, well, I didn't feel much. And then all of a sudden she's telling me how now she can do a second cup of coffee because the caffeine doesn't give her the spike or jitters. Well, that's something, right? So little things, pay attention to that because that will make a massive difference. So that would be the best call to action is if you need a product, go on our Lady Boss website. It's so powerful. If you have questions, DianneSolano.com, book a chat, schedule a time. Let's get together and let's provide clarity. Stay tuned on the Cornelia Stephanie show because we have, our breast cancer awareness specialist, Dana Terrio, who's just blown by the product. She's seeing how this is complementing a lot of breast cancer, protocols because a lot of women have to let go of so many things. Their coffee is one of those spaces where, it's a really tough thing for a woman going through that transition. And we have a lot of practitioners now sharing around the world around all of this. So we'd love to just provide you what it is you need to do. But I say no matter what you do, try the product. You're going to save money. You're going to save time. You're going to have a great experience. End of story.
And if you want to, you can tell by the energy that Dianne and myself bring to any situation. We are absolutely here to support you. If you want to become part of our team, Project 500, if you want to become part of that team, we're looking for the right fit. And what is it that they say, Dianne? They say that you are the sum total of the 5 people that you hang around, right? And so it's absolutely essential right now in our evolution that you hang around and you surround yourself with people that are building wealth, that are in wealth creation, that are about, supporting you in your success. And I guarantee you that if you come and join our team, if you come and join our project, whether it is to, become a coffee consumer or whether it is to be a distributor, that there is no way that you can go wrong, that you are part of a team and that you're part of a company that cares about you. That's the difference. That's really the difference. It's like, what was it? Mary Kay was a great example of a multi-level marketing company that back in the day, empowered many, many women. And Organo is doing the same thing globally, all over the world. And what did you say, 70 countries, Dianne?
35 and 35. Growing. So we're opening 2 more in Africa, which I'm very excited about. We're opening 2 more in Latin America. My understanding, Australia should be open probably within the next year. So we're crossing, our T's and dotting our I's. We have many incentives, and we have a partnership with IBM now to be able to track something called Food Trust, where now you'll be able to locate the farmer that grew your coffee, your organic farmer that spent his time and energy growing your coffee, and you can tip him 50 cents, $1. So guess what's going to happen? He's going to want to share that exciting new life. The farmer next door is now going to be invested in growing an organic crop. What does that do for the world? So we're actually spreading the wealth based on technology and creating global consciousness at the same time. And this is the movement. This is the movement. That's why I'm really proud of it, is that it's going over and beyond, just a cup of coffee and some Wellth. Now we're impacting lives around the world.
Yeah.
So that's what we want. We know a woman that, on this model is now world schooling her children because she doesn't have to work at a cubicle anymore. Single mom, also taking her 4 kids and, leaving winters to live in Hawaii or New Zealand where the company operates and be able to show her children how you can create the life of your dreams. Most delicious time to be a woman in today's, time frame. So take it and run with it.
Yeah. I mean, first thing to do, ladies, and anyone that's listening, is try the product. And if you are excited and you're listening to, and you're feeling stimulated by what it is that we're sharing with you today, reach out to Dianne. She is an amazing person to talk to, an amazing scientist. She's orthomolecular. How did I do that?
You did it perfectly.
Nutritional medicine, right? I mean, in her own right, there's many things that she can help you with your nutrition and many other things as well. Feel free to reach out and take advantage of this opportunity. Here's the thing. This is what happened to me. I'm going along my life, and then all of a sudden, Dianne shows up and then challenges me to change my, here, try this coffee. And I'm like, no, are you crazy? I love my coffee. I'm not going to give it up. No. And so it was so great because it just goes to show you our belief systems, and it just goes to show you how attached we are to things that we think that this is how it needs to be. And I wasn't looking for another opportunity. I wasn't looking to take anything else on. I wasn't looking for any of that. And now I have become a distributor. I'm involved in this project, and I am building a relationship with it. And so it's a wonderful thing. And I am always thinking about ways that I can empower others and support others in all my projects and everything that I'm doing with the Cornelia Stephanie shows, the Millionaire Imprint for Women, Living Heaven on Earth, the Lady Boss. It's a perfect fit. So we'd love for you to join us and be part of our team here on Lady Boss 500. So what are the closing comments, Dianne? We have about 3 minutes or so, I think.
So I always tell people, look, this is a share with love opportunity. You don't sell in today's world. People share. If you loved a restaurant, you loved a movie, you would share that with other people. Well, guess what? Share a cup of coffee. How simple is that? You could text 20 people, coffee, ? I have a text blast that I teach my new distributors that are starting this, have never done anything like this before. And I tell them, look, unless you've made 6-7 figures in direct sales, you don't know what you're doing. Pull out your phone. Find 20 people that know, like, and trust you and say, hey, I just invested in a gourmet coffee business. Would love your feedback on how it tastes and how it makes you feel. The average cup is $1 to $1.75, depending on the flavor. I have black, latte, mocha, green tea, hot chocolate. Can I count on you to buy a box, drink it exclusively, and let me know how it tastes and how it makes you feel? A text like that, I had one millennial, really sweet girl who needed to pay her tuition. In 1 hour, sent out that text, makes $600 just on her phone, and had all of a sudden an influx of sales after the 2-week period. Because when that coffee finished, people wanted more. So I tell people, you share from the heart. That's why we love people actually having their own personal testimonials, because then you become congruent. And only when you're congruent does things in life actually work for you. And never take advice from people you wouldn't trade places with. Simple as that. Like you said, Cornelia, when a woman's in survival and she's got to put food on the table and her kids are depending on her, I don't care what you think. If you're not paying my bills, and if you are not someone I'd actually trade places with, then I really don't care about what you think, because we're so caught up in this, judgment, fear thing. And you're right. It's a fear management business, direct sales. It really, really is. But once you get educated, once you know how to speak intelligently, once you just, start to educate those around you, some will, some won't, and that's okay. You just stay in rapport. You stay in rapport, you build relationships, you speak from a place of love, and you will never go wrong. You will actually grow exponentially on that actual, basis, which has been very, very exciting.
Yeah. I feel good about it. So that's why, like you said, I'm going to share it because I feel good about it. And it's a wonderful opportunity. My body is feeling better. So, and that's the other thing that I like, because like I said, I'm a coffee drinker. So I appreciate you, Dianne, coming on today and bringing this wonderful opportunity for all of us to get involved with Project 500, and anyone that wants to connect with us, please feel free to reach out. Go to Cornelia Stephanie YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. When you comment, it's our oxygen. We love for you to interact with us, and we love for you to ask questions. Come and join us again next week on the Cornelia Stephanie Show, and thanks for listening, everybody, and for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Dianne.
Thank you, Cornelia. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much for being part of creating wealth for all women. Every Friday, you benefit from the experience of women who share their financial wisdom. This movement is not about accumulating wealth. It's about being paid doing what we love, being able to invest in the things women are passionate about. Our new collective story is women are powerful with money. Becoming financially literate is the key to your empowerment and financial freedom. For more information, go to CorneliaStephanie.com.